Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. We are here going to be doing a review of the new Tier 6 Premium German Heavy Tank, Tiger 131. Now you may be wondering, is this not just a copy and paste of the anime Tiger, the Kuro More Mine Tiger? And no, it's not an exact carbon copy of the anime Panzer or of the anime Tiger compared to Tiger 131, nor is it basically a slightly lower stat version of the Tier 7 Tiger 1 that we've got here. No, it isn't. This is going to be my third Tiger now. Let me think. Is there any other type of Tiger? No, I think I've got all the Tigers now. I've got Tiger 131. I've got the anime Tiger, and I've also got the Tier 7 Tiger in the tech tree. So yeah, I've collected a couple of Tigers. So yeah, they're releasing this for Tankfest 2019, and yeah, this is the Tiger that is in Bovington. It is the only functional Tiger in the world, and it was actually taken out by one of my favourites, a Churchill. Not an exact Churchill Mark IV here, but it was of a desert Churchill, and basically the shot went right underneath the gun, hit this part of the gun mantlet, ricocheted down onto the very bottom part of the gun mantlet, and then went straight into the turret ring of the Tiger, causing the turret to jam and causing the crew to bail out. It would have been a nice touch if they'd actually modelled that on this Tiger, but obviously they haven't. This is only the mobile version of World of Tanks, remember. So, yes, they didn't quite model it exactly. I want my money back now. No, I'm joking. But yes, this is still a rather nice Tiger. And if we look here at the HP 1170, which I have got, when you buy this thing from the shop, you actually get all 9 of these slots unlocked, but as you can see, I've upgraded the HP by 70, which means it does have 1010 HP, compared to the anime Tiger, which has also got 1110, I think, compared to something like the Churchill. Yeah, it's got the same amount as Churchill, so that is nowhere near the amount of the TOG, which, as we can see, 1635 for the good old TOG. But no, it has got a rather respectable amount of HP for a Tier 6 heavy tank compared to, let's see, a KV2, which has got 915. So yes, it has got quite a large amount of HP, which is very nice. And funnily enough, the HP, it's a 180-80 on both the turret and the hull, which is strange because the anime Tiger has got 182-82. What's even more confusing is that the Tier 7 Tiger has also got 182-82. So why has Tiger 131 had 2mm of armour shaved off of its sides and rears for both the turret and the hull? I'm not sure why. It's a very strange thing that they've decided to do for some reason. So yeah, don't know why. However, it plays exactly the same as the anime Tiger at Tier 6, and basically the same as the Tier 7 Tiger, with, even though it has got 2mm less side armour, it doesn't make that much of a difference. If something bounces, it bounces. If something goes through, it goes through. 2mm doesn't quite make that much of a difference. It does make a small bit of difference, but again, not that much. So yeah, there's that. 256 meters view range. Yeah, again, not too concerning there. So then we move on to maneuverability. Now this Tiger does have the least amount of maneuverability out of all of the Tigers, which is a bit strange. 40 kilometers per hour forward, 12 reverse, 22 average, 11.5 power to weight at 56 tons with a 20 degrees per second turret and a 30 degrees per second hull. If we look at the anime Tiger, down here at maneuverability, it has also got a 40 and 12, however it has got a 23 average speed with a 12.3 power to weight, weighing slightly more, with the same turret but a worse hull. And the reason for that is that this Maybach HL 230 TRMP45 engine is 700 horsepower, whereas the historical 21 litre V12 Maybach HL 210 TRMP45 is only 650 horsepower. So yeah, that'll be why for that. That is the later model of engine, and indeed on the Tier 7 Tiger 1, here we go, the upgraded engine is the TRMP45 HL230, whereas the base stock engine is the 210 TRMP45 at 650, and then this goes up obviously to something like 800 by the looks of it. I do have engine accelerator on, which increases the engine power there, but by the looks of it, it is 850 for the engine there. So there's that. So yeah, the mobility out of all three Tigers that we've got in the game now is the worst on 131 compared to the others, but it's still all right for a heavy tank. It's no Churchill. Let's just put it that way. If we have a look here at, let's say, the stock Mark 7 Churchill, yeah, mobility for that is going to be plummeting to the floor. 20 average speed at max, 9.2 power to weight, at 40 tons with what, a 375 twin bus engine in it, I think is what the good old Churchy had. But then that's why we love it. So yeah, so for a heavy tank, the mobility, even though it's the worst out of all three Tigers, it's still good for a heavy. I want to stress that. The Tiger was one of the most mobile heavies of the war, so yeah, you've got to remember that, even if it is the worst of the three. We then come to the historical 8.8 cm Kampfwagenkanone 36L56 anti-aircraft modified gun. So yes, that's why it's there. It is the tank gun version of the anti-aircraft Flakverling 36. 88mm. So yeah, the gun on this thing, it's got a 4.1 second aim time, which is alright. 0.36 dispersion, which is also alright. 7.5 second reload, which is meh, pretty par. For the 88s at this tier. Average pen 145, 195 with APCR and 44 with HE. So yeah, not quite enough to get through the frontal armour of a Churchy, which is 151, but it's still decent enough to get through most mediums and heavies at this tier. Average damage 220, 190, 270, yeah, the same pretty much as the 88 on the stock Tiger and also on the anime Tiger. Indeed, if we compare it to the anime Tiger here we go. So aim time 4.8 seconds, so the 131 has got the better aim time. It's got the same dispersion, the same damage per minute, with the same 7.5 second reload time, the same average damage and the same average pen. I looked at those the wrong way around, but yeah, it's basically the same as the anime Tigers, except it has got a slightly better aim time due to the fact that I have added on the enhanced gun lane drive. If I was to do this, do that and do that, we would probably see about the same sorts of figures on the anime Tiger as we do on the 131 Tiger. So now if we look at it, it has got even better mobility due to having a 13.1 power to weight, but the gun will be exactly the same as 131's gun. So the gun handling you can expect to be exactly the same for the two tanks, because they are, you know, basically the same. And that's it for the overall stats. Well, for the overall stats on the screen there of the 131. Again, the same sort of thing. Just want to point out quickly, weak point will be the cupola, so if you are getting penned from the front, even if you are angled, because 45-degree angles are what work best for this tank, it is a good side scraper. So if you do find yourself getting penned, even if you are side scraping and being careful not to expose any sort of flat armour, it's probably through there. Again, that's going to be a weak point, as is the driver's ports. That is also going to be a weak point, as well as the lower glacis. Big old weak spot. Also remember, you're not invincible. Tigers can die quite easily because their armour is all flat. Germany sort of had the same problem as the the British had for flat armour. They liked it. It made boxy tanks, and that's the thing with Germany. But they do have the added bonus, even though they're not sloped, like the T-34, for example, which has got sloped sides, and even though they're not rounded, like what have I got that's rounded here? Not anything really. Even though they're not rounded, like say the turret of a Firefly, or indeed like a Sherman, there you go, that is sloped, rounded at the front, even though they're not sloped or rounded particularly much. They are very flat. They are very good at side scraping, so side scraping works very well with Tigers. I employ it with great effect on the Tier 7 Tiger and indeed in the anime Tiger, so it's going to be pretty much the same. You're just going to be slower at getting to the battlefield than either of the two, but you'll still be much faster than, say, a Churchy at getting over there. So there's that. And that's it for the basic stats. Yeah, it's not as mobile as the other two Tigers, but it's still more mobile than all of the other heavy tanks at this tier, I think. And yeah, it's got a decent enough gun. It's got decent enough armour for tier 6 as well. It's a solid overall heavy tank, and of course it is a Tiger, so you have got that. As for provisions, you've got again standard and improved fuel. Let's just go with that. So yeah, which is 3 and 10% respectively to engine power and turret reverse. Then you've got chocolate bar and chocolate for 3 and 10% respectively to crew mastery, and then your protective kit, which is a bunch of stuff which you can go ahead and put on there. So yeah, you can go ahead mount those as you wish. As for consumables, you've got again standard repair, first aid, fire, engine power boost, 20% to engine power for 15 seconds, and adrenaline, 20% to low speed and 10% chance of damaging enemy vehicle modules for 15 seconds, and then you've got multi-purpose, which is those 3 rolled into one for a one-use KO. You can't change the appearance because it has got the unique camo pattern on it, so you can't change the camo on it, nor can you add any sort of effects onto it, such as the, well, just attachments, which there aren't any for the TOG, but for very few tanks there are attachments, so there isn't that. Let's open the final container. 3 credit boosts, yay. So yeah, there's that. As for the ammo, 92, yeah, standard for a Tiger, 92 rounds of ammunition, plenty to get you through the match, so you can go ahead and fiddle those around as you wish. As for equipment, gun rammer, yes, you don't particularly need calibrated shells, although it will help you get over that 150 mark, but I would say gun rammer is going to be probably more useful because, you know, you don't have a very underwhelming gun like the AMX-40, for example. You do have enough to get through most heavy tanks if you're smart about it, and you do have decent enough accuracy in order to actually pen them in the correct spots if at a distance, so you do have decent enough accuracy. Then I would say improved modules for the extra track durability, then improved optics because you can't, well, you could use it as a sniper because that is what the Tiger was doing historically. It sort of shot you from 2 kilometers away when you're invisible, and then people would rage and chat when their tank got blown up. But yeah, in World of Tanks, I would say improved optics. Enhanced gun lane drive get you down from a 4.8 to a 4.4 second aim time, and then the improved assembly for, of course, the extra HP. I mean, you could enhance your armour, which would add on slightly more to the 100 frontal armour, but even so, lots of things will get through 100mm, and side scraping, it doesn't really matter, so the improved survivability is what you're going to want with improved assembly. Then improved control to get you just up that 30 degrees per second hull traverse. Vertical stabilizer, just for better snapshots on the move, for those people trying to outcircle and outmaneuver your Tiger, like they're in Fury or something. You don't really need refined gun because 0.36 is still pretty decent accuracy, but if you're going for a slightly more sniper build, or you just want the better accuracy, then you can, of course, go for refined gun, but otherwise vertical stabilizer. Then enhanced tracks, which will just get your tracks to survive more hits because, you know, a stuck Tiger is a dead Tiger, and your choice of whatever the hell those two last other ones are. So yes, overall, plays pretty similar to the anime Tiger, except a bit slower. It's otherwise functionally identical, pretty much. The guns, exactly the same. The armour, nearly exactly the same. It just has, for some reason, 2mm less armour. Maybe that's the historical what Tiger 131 has, but still slightly strange. But yeah, there's that. Otherwise, functionally identical to this tank compared to this tank. If you prefer the gritty, realistic look of 131, pick that up when you can. However, if you are a fan of the anime, or you like the very clean look of the anime Tiger, or indeed the way that the anime Tiger looks, then pick up that. It won't make a lick bit of difference, other than some very, very minute changes. But mostly you're going to be buying them for the cosmetic look. Otherwise, they're functionally identical, and they're both very good tanks. So yeah, 131, it's a solid tier 7 heavy tank. I mean, you know, it's a German tank under the German flag. So instead of the Japanese tank, instead of the German Tiger under the Japanese flag. There you go. Maybe when they release the heavy tank number 6 in Blitz, which is the Japanese Tiger, which we see in World of Tanks PC, I'll probably get that and get the quadruple Tigers, but as it is, I've got the Triforce, and yeah, they're all very good tanks. So yeah, I would say yes, 131 is a good tank. I would say pick it up when you can. It looks cool, and it plays well. So yes, I'll thank you for watching, and goodbye.